Initially, when the whole thing started and I watched the first episode, guys, my mouth most of the time was like Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Deborah. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please join the family, let's be friends. Click on the red subscribe button. Okay, that would mean so much to me. If you end up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up, a very big thumbs up. That also helps my channel grow as well. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be doing something I don't think I've ever done before. Have I? No, I've never done it before. So I'm going to be doing a reaction video. And yeah, I'm going to be reacting to this blue therapy thing that has been raving on YouTube for about 3-4 weeks now. Let me just give a quick background from my understanding. So blue therapy is like this reality show on YouTube. So they actually are portraying that the couples are actually real couples that are going through, you know, relationship problems, and as such they are seeing a therapist, and of course they agreed rather to have these therapy sessions aired on YouTube for other people to watch as well. Initially, when the whole thing started and I watched the first episode, guys, my mouth most of the time was like that was how I was doing, guys. But then I didn't actually think of, okay, maybe reacting to it on camera or anything. A couple of my friends, specifically Precious just, you know, messaged me and like, Dara, you would really react to this thing, because she could imagine my face as I was also watching. So she just suggested that I should react to one of the episodes. So guys, episode 5 just came out about 3 days ago. So I'm looking at my laptop, guys. If I'm looking down, please pardon me. Although I have seen it once, I regretted that, because then I remembered I should have filmed a video, I think, watching it first. But I think I still get shocked. There are some things that I probably would pay more attention to now that I didn't. I think that's how watching things more than once work. Without further ado, or without talking too much, I'm going to be going straight into playing the videos.
After our last session in therapy, Chioma hasn't come back home. I have no idea what that's about. That's not normal to me, but obviously.
So guys, before we go on, I would like to say this guy is a joker. Honestly, I'm just going to say it. So like, most conversations I had with people after I'd seen like the first episode, the second and third and fourth episode, is like, this guy is a bald, narcissistic, ego-driven, self-involved, very annoying man. Like, he's so annoying. Like, he says some things and I'm like, I thought we've started to, you know, move past this in this generation. It's just so annoying. So now, after the last episode, you guys should try to catch up on it. I'm not sure I can even remember specifically, so I'm not going to go into that before I say rubbish. But then I know that the whole thing was very heated, and as such, Chioma didn't go back home. As we would know, like later on in this particular episode, she explained why she couldn't go back home. And of course, Auntie is running for her dear life. She wants peace of mind. And this guy, I don't want to insult him on camera, this guy does not understand the importance of that peace to Chioma. And Chioma decided to, you know, jackpot for her life, at least take some time off, because she instigated this therapy for them. And by the way, there are 2 couples, guys. So this is the first couple, Chioma and Paul. I'm going to go into the other one when I play their own parts. But for Chioma and Paul, like, Chioma was the one that instigated the whole therapy thing, because according to her, she feels they should talk through their issues, the issues they're having in their relationship, so that they can move forward. Anyone that is trying to do that obviously is the one, in my own opinion, that is trying to, you know, save the relationship. She just doesn't want to give up, because a lot of us, trust me, we're just going to say, please, I'm not here for this, especially if you are from Nigeria. Most likely a Nigeria babe would have jackpot. Plus we are not into this whole therapy culture here. So I'm sure a Nigeria babe would have been like, please, just carry your wallet and be going. So now he's complaining that he doesn't know why Chioma didn't come home. You're like, why would she come home? Bruh, why would she come home? You're stressing her out,
but
guy.
Obviously, I'll blame the therapy, because as I knew, this whole therapy thing was full of crap anyway. But
and then he keeps saying the whole therapy thing is full of crap, and he has been so disrespectful to Dennis, that's the therapist. The guy just has issues. I don't like. I'm about to say he should find help, but like, that's literally why they are here. They are here to get the help. that Chioma thinks they need for their relationship. And obviously in this process they will also be able to discover like personal things for themselves. But this guy is just so annoying.
Since the last session, well, I went home, and on our way home I don't think there was no remorse from Paul, and I kind of just deeped that he doesn't rate me. I don't really feel like there's love there. Why am I actually fighting?
Do you get, guys, like she's talking now, Chioma is talking about how when she went home, like Paul has not been still listening. After 4 sessions, guys, they've had 4 sessions. Paul is not listening. This is literally the 5th episode. Paul is not listening to her at all. I mean, how can you keep saying something and someone that claims that they love you is not even trying? Like, you know, you're not seeing that effort in it. So like she said, it doesn't rate her, because if it does, it would at least try. There's a way you know someone is trying
this relationship, and I'm doing it alone. So yeah, I went home, I packed up my stuff, and I went to my sister's. I just didn't feel like I needed to be in the same space with him.
Actually, she needed to leave.
Have you had a good week?
Is that a trick question?
Not at all. I'm just wondering how your week's been.
So Dennis asked him if he had a good week. Everything to him is always replying now with some sort of annoying answer. He's asking her if that is a trick question. Guy, get over yourself already.
Okay. How do you think?
Presumably, the successful man that I met last week had a very successful week.
Guys, that was some shade. Like, I initially didn't notice, but then I went back when I watched the first time, like, to watch that part again. So you know, because of the other episodes we had seen, Paul had like always been making mouth about how he had like this huge and very respectable and rich clientele. So it just kept going on and on and on about it, as if he's the only one that has ever had like rich clients. Guy, just calm down a bit. So now Dennis is asking him how his week was, and then he throws the question back at Ada. How does she think his week was? And she replies like with a very shady answer, subtly though, that presumably the man she met last week, the successful man she met last week, had the successful. Guys, that was a shade, and I was there for it.
Hi. Jeez, hi.
So now Chioma is back.
Hi.
She came to the therapy. She's in.
Hi.
That's Paul, guys.
I'm saying hi to you.
Hi.
That guy is just a fool.
Okay, did you manage to fill in
That guy is just
the
a
little...
fool.
Paul was giving me bad vibes, and there's just a few things that I think I've kind of reached my breaking point, you know? We're here for a reason, and if this doesn't work, then I have nothing else to kind of fall back on. So for me...
So guys, like I said, she was the one that instigated the whole therapy thing, and Paul hasn't been trying at all. He has been rude to the therapist. He has been like intentionally, I feel like he's intentionally trying to dig up some things that he knows is going to hurt Chioma. And anyone that is like that wants to intentionally hurt you, just so you can feel like, you know, a little down and not so confident again as to why they are acting the way they are, of which they are most likely the problem. Anyone that is treating you like that, guys, please run. Carry your slippers, your shoe, your sneakers, and run, because they are toxic, period.
It was, I couldn't go back home, no.
Okay. And how did that make you feel, Paul?
Well, to be fair, I feel like it was her idea to come here. When I'm upset, she complains that I storm off and have a tantrum, throw my toys out the pram, if you like. But that's kind of what she just done.
That doesn't even make sense to me, because there's a difference. She came to the therapy session with you, and then you did the old rubbish you did, and she got home before you, most likely. I'm just saying. And Auntie was just thinking about how this whole thing has been like full of crap, like your attitude towards the therapist, your attitude towards her in the therapy session. And she's just like, you know what, I'm not having any of this. And it's good. Mental health is like really key. You have to do things to keep your mental health safe. She left, and now this uncle is coming to talk about. She complains that he storms off, of which he had done that in one of the episodes. He stormed out because he was pissed, and she had to go out after him to just, you know, beg him that she has paid for this session. Let's just go through with the session, especially because we actually do need this help. And this guy is telling me that she going home to get her things and, you know, just leave, presumably for a little while, for the sake of her sanity, is the same thing as he storming out anytime they have an argument. Guy is just so
I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't storm off. I don't remember, but I don't think I stormed off.
Okay, so what actually happened
She
when you
didn't come
left
home.
here?
She didn't come home. That's what happened.
Because you're not giving her peace of mind.
I needed peace. I think sometimes I would rather choose peace over war, you know?
Period.
I still came today, so, you know, it says a lot, doesn't it?
War. So that's a strong word, you know.
Interesting, actually. Why did you use the word war?
It's a constant battle at home, isn't it? For me, he doesn't, if I put it simply, he doesn't listen. So if I'm complaining about something and he's not listening.
Do you want to move forward, Paul?
Of course, I'm here. I got here before you. I think I want to move forward more than you do. I got here first.
Because you got to this session before, obviously, for her not to have come early, Chioma seems like someone that would have come early. But I think the fact that she already even left the house for you, just so you don't use your wahala, your problems to kill her, is the same reason why she just felt, okay, come your separate way, I'm going to come. And she walked in, made a statement like a queen that she is. So you're telling us that the reason why we should believe you want to make it work is because you came first today. You could have come first to set a trap. Could have come first to, you know, set a mood for entrapping her in one of your stupid, silly ass talks.
I definitely need an apology from Chioma because at the end of the day, she hasn't been home. She's not responding to the messages, not responding to the calls, but she's posting on social media. It's a very, very big disrespect, and I need a very big apology because she's taking the piss.
Uncle, please. At this point, guys, please, I'm just going to pause and go on to the next couple. Let me see. So guys, this next couple, their names are Deborah and Jamel. So Jamel was the one that suggested to his partner Deborah, that they should come for the therapy session. So they're just arriving together now.
You made me feel sweet.
Therapy's been interesting. Like, going by yourself is one thing, but going with your partner is a total different experience. I never really expected this, honestly, but I'm here now. I'm on time as well, so.
The first session, I wasn't too happy with it, especially with the whole sister thing, but I'm hoping that this session is much better. I'm hoping that we can actually come to a solution and move forward in our relationship.
So let's spend some time.
I feel like this session is definitely needed. Even though we've had a great week, but I feel like there's still bits and bobs that need to kind of be ironed out in our relationship.
Anything in particular?
I'm getting to a point where I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of her just popping up on me just randomly. And where I'm saying popping up on me, I'm talking about in my studio, at my mum's house, even at my friend's house. I'm just thinking, okay, we get it. You got my location. I've given you my location. That should be enough to satisfy your curiosity and your anxiety.
So guys, let me just quickly pop in here that the other episodes, okay, initially when I started to watch it, I kind of was on Deborah's side because she seems calm-headed, and what she was portraying as a need, what it seemed like she needed rather from Jamel, was for him to, you know, be more open with her because he felt like he was being shady. But then gradually the whole thing metamorphosized into she now complaining that he doesn't buy her expensive gifts anymore, and that was how the relationship started, that she feels he should be able to buy expensive gifts, and Jamel is there you know, telling her that he's trying to save up for, you know, a house very soon. And it's like, for a young guy that is thinking that way, I feel like that is actually a very good thing. I mean, I understand that whatever you start with, you should, you know, be consistent, because apparently that is how Jamel started the whole relationship. He started by always getting an expensive gift, but then he couldn't keep up. But the way Deborah was going on and on about it, then she was comparing him to a friend's man. I was like not feeling that again. But I think now again I might just be leaning back into Deborah's side, because I'm beginning to actually feel like Jamel is like really shady. But like, don't let me tell you guys everything. Let's just go on and keep watching, okay?
Popping up at my friend's house, I think that was the last straw for me.
Right. Popping up at your friend's house?
Yeah, popping up.
I wouldn't necessarily call it popping up, Denise. I think, you know, I'm interested in what Jamel does on a daily. And, you know, I wouldn't say popping up. I would say more of visiting and checking in.
Visiting. So you can just, okay. I question that. I question your intentions behind that, if I'm going to be honest. I feel like it comes in just being a bit invasive and just, you always just want to check up on me like I'm a kid. Like, I'm not a kid.
Actually, no man likes that. I mean, as much as you have like your doubts, as much as you have your suspicions towards your partner, especially if your partner is like a man, like you're the female, they don't like that, like, because they are not children. Like, I don't think I would appreciate if someone were to just, I mean, you have my location, like he said. How many people even do that? She has his locations rather, but she still keeps, according to him, popping up. Like, I think that might be a little somehow, you know, you're with your friends or you're with your mom and they are not expecting to see your girlfriend and she just comes up all of a sudden. And to your friends, it's obviously seeming like she's coming to check up on you randomly. That's like, that's childish.
Like, Deborah always pops up on me just randomly, and I just find that mad strange. I don't understand it. It's a bit weird. Like, I've got a life, and I think, honestly, it just seems like she hasn't got time to do other things apart from just checking up on me.
How are the things going with the telephone scenario?
Telephone.
Do you want to tell her what happened this week, or should I?
Just go for it, since you just want to control everything.
So, in regard.
So I'm getting this vibe of, even though Jamel was the one that instigated them coming to therapy, it just seems like he brought them to therapy to literally like pick at everything, make her see that, okay, her way of thinking, the way she's doing things, the way she's controlling him isn't normal. And then he's going to use that to say, oh, he tried, and that's all. And it's working out. Because initially, the first couple of episodes, it felt like his facial expression was showing like he's done with this relationship. He's just trying, so they don't say he didn't try.
That's the phone situation. We're still having issues. Jamel still has his phone to his chest. This week, Jamel has made a new friend called Christina.
It's not.
So he, Clubhouse friends, right?
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, so he said that they're Clubhouse friends. And for me, I've seen Christina messaging him this week, especially. She messaged him, at like 1 a.m. in the morning. And what made me, you know, feel a bit uncomfortable and look into it is the fact that to read the message alone, he had to leave the room.
Wait, I left the room. I did not leave the room.
You did leave the room. What are you going to say? We're going to the toilet?
No.
That's the sort of cheeky thing that I was going to the
Shade
loo. It's not that
it
serious.
That'd be obvious.
This is
but
like,
I wouldn't say.
won't you remember if you left the
I'm not
room?
context.
You left the room to read the text message.
That's what you think.
Okay, so who's Christina?
Okay, let's explain who Christina is. Christina, okay, yes, I met her off Clubhouse, correct. Cool. But we do something called Moderation TV. That's like a game show that we do on Clubhouse. It's pretty fun. She's one of the members on my team. And I've explained to Deborah, like, Christina's just, it's platonic, sorry. And we're just cool. Like, we talk about stuff regarding Clubhouse, how we're gonna run the show, what's next planned, what's planned after Clubhouse when lockdown's officially over and stuff like that.
Are you comfortable with her contacting you at that time of the evening?
To be fair, I don't really pay attention to in terms of the time. I feel like with coronavirus and stuff like that, I don't really pay attention to time. When you just text me, you just text me. Like, it just is what it is.
Seriously? So you're blaming your lack of being able to detect what time it is? I mean, you literally just have to look up at your wall clock or check your phone. What I'm even saying, your phone is most likely always with you. Check your phone and see the time. Like, Clubhouse or no Clubhouse, if my mom were to be calling me at 1 a.m., 4 a.m., I would panic, because then I would, for sure, something is wrong, and that's my mom or any of my friends for that matter. I would first assume anyway that something is wrong. So, I mean, Deborah kind of has like a point there, because another woman, whether it's work or not, texting, like, if my boss is married and because, oh, I'm trying to make the company better and everything, and then I'm calling my boss at ridiculous times of the day because I have suggestions, you can literally wait till like 7, 8 a.m. I agree with Deborah on this one.
Jamel is very secretive. I think defensive, definitely defensive. When I asked him about Christina, he automatically started yelling, started saying, oh, you're always in my business. You know, that's the sort of things that Jamel says to me when I ask about certain girls that I feel like are overstepping their boundaries. If it was if you guys are talking business, for me, it's 9 p.m. It's like that's the last time any
You
contact.
can make money 24 hours a day. What's your business?
Regardless of the fact, I don't like the fact that she's messaging you at 1 a.m. in the morning. It's too comfortable. So I'm gonna ask you again, who is Christina?
I've just told you, Christina is just a friend. She's even a workmate, even if you want to call it that. Honestly, like, just look over that situation. Like, Christina's like,
Have you met Christina?
no, I've not met Christina.
So why is she so comfortable to message you and call your phone?
It's Clubhouse.
And then why are you not comfortable to answer the phone calls in front of me?
That's not a problem.
I don't like the fact that he doesn't answer the
phone
phone calls in front of me, Denise. We're still having issues with the phone. Like, sometimes I actually just want to smash the phone.
Smash whose phone?
I just want to smash the phone because you don't come off your phone. It's a problem.
There's a current situation where I feel like you're being very unsupportive and he's kind of being an enemy of progress, if that makes sense. So I'm running a business, for example. I'm actually starting a company, a business, isn't it?
Is this a new business?
Yes, it is. And I've got someone doing my website and he's doing a fantastic job. We're halfway through. I've paid him fully, no refunds. And Paul liked it at first. And obviously now that he knows the guy, he no longer likes the work and he kind of wants me to stop working with him with no explanation.
What is the reason that you're not happy now?
I've had a look at the site. This is my field, by the way. Personally, I feel like right now I make the best, right? Initially, Chioma and I did have a discussion about her business, what she wants to do.
This is weird as hell. This is strange to me because we were good before and all of a sudden now you have an issue with the person I want to work with, the person creating my website, the person that's going to help me put my business out there. Yeah, no, for me, I don't understand. We haven't had a discussion. He really doesn't want to tell me what the problem is. So I'm not going to just stop working with this guy. You have to get over it.
You know, I've worked with, you know, a number of different influencers, people that she knows, people that she doesn't know. And we've had...
Can this guy just stop this? Can he stop this? He's always talking about he has worked with this person, he has worked with that person. Are you the only one that has worked with influential people? It's so, like, his ego is something else. Paul didn't give her a reason initially, but now that they're in therapy and the website is almost completed according to Chioma, which Paul didn't object to, now Paul is giving us a reason for why he doesn't want the guy to work on the website again. I'm just going to take it there. She said they've been dating for 3 years and she has been mentioning it for almost the same span of time. He hasn't made any effort. He hasn't tried to say, okay, babe, let me do this for you. Now that they found someone and he was initially in agreement, all of a sudden something is wrong, but he's not speaking it out yet. And then he just wants you to stop without any reason. That guy just...
But he has tantrums almost every day with regards to me working with this guy.
Now, do you have a particular issue with the person, or is it just what you've just explained?
You know, at the end of the day, from a professional standpoint, the work is of a decent standard, I'd say. However, the person doing the work isn't actually that professional.
To who? I'm working with him. He's very professional. He's never like, I'm in a professional relationship. Paul does not know this guy. According to me, do you know him?
I know.
You know him? How do you know him?
I don't know. You don't worry about that.
Now she's asking you again, how do you know this guy? You say, you don't worry about that. Really? Paul? Seriously?
The point I'm trying to get to from a professional perspective, okay? You know, look, at the end of the day, if I asked you for advice about makeup, I'd kind of take your advice.
Okay, but I would always explain why I'm giving you a
That's not the
specific
point.
advice.
I'll take your advice.
No, that is the point,
you have
because
the
I'm...
experience and you have, you know, the network expertise. Does
So
it
in
make
other
sense?
words, you tell me what to do and I just do it.
Well, if I have the experience and the expertise, it kind of makes sense.
It should be more like a suggestion anyway. People always do what they want to do. Period. I will learn however I want to learn. If I'm listening to you and I'm doing exactly how you want me to do it, because I want to, not because you want to.
I've never mentioned this before, but look, we're here now. There's a lot happening. I think it kind of makes sense. Well, literally, this guy was a best friend to my ex.
Ah.
Right? Best friend, by the way. So he was playing, you know, Mr. Nice Guy, hey, I'll pick you up, I'll drop you off. You know, I'll do this for you. Just as a friend. But then it turns out that once my ex and I have broken up, he was actually...
What?
seeing her.
Oh, right.
After, by the way. So, you know, if this same guy is then trying to follow my tracks and trying to keep up, I don't think I'd want to see a deja vu anytime.
So now Paul has given the reason why all of a sudden he doesn't want this guy to work on Chioma's website anymore. A website that is almost complete, by the way. So he's saying he actually knows this guy, which he didn't mention at all. Now, if at the extent to which he knows the guy, he should have mentioned it to Chioma because he knows this guy on almost a personal level. So according to Paul, this guy has worked on something with his ex before. And afterwards, the guy and Paul's ex got together. So now, that is his own problem for not wanting Chioma to continue to work with this guy. Are you dumb? Like, you didn't say anything before. I don't understand why you would just come. I'm sure if you had said this earlier on, Chioma obviously seems like she really loves and respects Paul. Like, she would at least take into consideration his suggestions of, okay, don't work with this, of which she knows herself. If she's not going to step out on him, it's not even like they are seen physically. Most of these things are happening like virtually because we all know how the world is right now. So like the fact that you didn't mention this thing at all, now the website is almost completed, you're now coming to mention this kind of information, which you should have. You don't have a reason not to mention this. This guy, honestly, I'm done.
You can't decide on somebody else contacting you, but you can make a decision as to whether or not you reply. So with that thought in your mind, was it the right thing to do, replying at that time of night?
If I'm going to be honest, I don't regret it. I don't regret it at all.
So guys, so I've gone back to Deborah and Jamel. So now Deborah is still talking about how that's Christina, the new friend that Jamel met on Clubhouse, is too comfortable messaging him at ridiculous time of the day, and then Jamel does not see any problem with it. And now the therapist is even saying, okay, try to understand Debbie. She's not even saying she doesn't want him to message her. She's just saying once it's like 9, which I feel is reasonable anyway. Like most times work close like 6, 7, but because people are working virtually, like remotely, okay, no problem. Once it's 9, you know this person has a family, whether he has a girlfriend or not, of which he had mentioned to Christine that he has a girlfriend. So Deborah is even all the more angry that she doesn't respect her as the girlfriend, because you know he has a girlfriend. You're obviously going to try to spend evening time with her, and then you're messaging at 1 a.m 4 a.m. Jamil says so it is not his fault because he doesn't have a control over Christine messaging him at that particular time of the night. Number one, I think you can actually tell someone. I've told people, a couple of people, that they should not message me at a particular point in time because it's too late. Don't message. Some are even going to call. Why are you calling me at 12 to 1? That doesn't make sense. I have work in the morning. Don't call me at that time for whatever reason. Even if I don't have work, don't call me at that time. Call me during the day. At least till like 9, 10, yeah, well, good. Now the therapist is telling him it's not even about the person messaging him at that time. It's about him responding, which makes absolute sense to me. Because if someone keeps messaging you at ridiculous times of the night and you keep replying, they will go on. So now it is your girlfriend complaining. Later on, you probably be the one to get tired. But because you've made them accustomed to messaging you at that time and they know you're definitely going to reply, it's just ridiculous. So we're actually more than halfway done with this episode, guys. It's really long, like I can just go on and on and on, but I think what I'm just going to deduce from this is on Chioma and Paul's end, Paul is like the narcissist. That's what I'm going to say. He has been gaslighting Chioma ever since the beginning of this episode, and I'm sure that that's been like the situation for the very longest of time in their relationship, which is why Chioma said, okay, let's come for therapy to talk about our issues. And Paul still doesn't listen, doesn't want to listen to anyone. He just believes what he says is what it says. He wants Chioma to do something a particular way, even though if Chioma is doing something and he has a problem with it, if you look back at Paul is probably doing times 2 of that, but he doesn't care because according to him, he's going to relate it back to his clientele. At the end of the day, I think he doesn't want to listen, yeah? And Deborah has like issues, like I mentioned. So does Chioma, but on Chioma and Paul's end, Paul is the problem of that relationship, period. And then on Deborah and Jamel's side, I feel like Deborah she has a lot of things to work on, honestly, and I feel like it's because she's young, although she's literally like my age mate. So, but seriously, I feel she needs to work on some things, and then sometimes the way she drops some of these messages to him. And by the way, let me mention, guys, that towards the end, Jamel actually now, because Deborah stormed out of this session, so then Jamel felt bad, and apparently the way it's going, I think Jamel might have cheated or almost cheated on Deborah. So at the end of the day, I mean, our suspicions are probably true, but then the way she's going about it, or she has been going about it, is also like really intense. I mean, I'm not in her shoes, so I'm not judging her or anything. But then at the same time, I'm also going to look back to about the first 2-3 episodes where she also had like a lot of issues. Guys, you need to watch it and, you know, deduce from it. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to go on and complete this. We've already gotten like past halfway, and in this video I'm going to have to cut it down a whole lot so that you guys can, you know, watch it well. Do let me know what you think. Have you seen Blue Therapy? What do you think about the whole situation between the two couples? Weighing both, which do you think? Although I don't think I like to say which one is worse. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Just let me know, okay, what are your thoughts on Chioma and Paul, and what are your thoughts on Deborah and Jamel's relationship, as well as do you think this therapy is going to help them? Because the finale is showing next week. I can't wait to watch that, because I really want to see what Jamel was trying to confess to the therapist. Like I said, it felt like, I think he almost cheated, or if not even cheated, on Deborah. As for Paul, this is the situation where they say go for therapy, you get better. Now he's in therapy, he does not seem to get better or even want it in the first place. So I don't really know. So guys, let me know what you think about Blue Therapy. These are my own thoughts, honestly. Is a lot, is a whole lot. It's just ridiculous. Okay, I feel like there are actually people like this in real life, because I just remember the situation, not that happened to me, happened to someone I know. There are actually people like this, honestly. So guys, please give this video a thumbs up in case you liked it, which I think you should have. Please like the video. It's going to go a long way to help me grow on YouTube here. Hit on that red subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed, and put on your notification bell, so every time I post a video you're always notified. And I guess that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.